v is can be any function of x. Okay, so as I told, it can be any function of x, but here we will discuss where v can be either sin ax or cos ax. Okay, or it can be any function. Let it be any function, v to be any function of x. Okay, so then how to find the particular integral? So particular integral, as usual, it is given by 1 by f of d on the function e to the power ax into b. Okay, now because of this e to the power ax in multiplication, how we will calculate the particular integral is, you will write e to the power ax to the left of the operator, and in the operator f of d, d is replaced with d plus a. Okay, so now what do you have? E to the power ax as it is, it will be there in the result, and now you are operating 1 by f of d plus a on v. Now you know, according to so many methods, v can be sine, v can be cos, or it can be x to the power k, or it can be any polynomial in terms of x. So anyhow, the denominator you have a new thing, instead of f of d, you will have f of d plus a. This you have to apply it on v in a usual method, in the previous methods what you have learned. Understood? So on v alone, you have to apply this operator 1 by f of d plus a. Got it, all of you? What you have to do is, you have to take out e to the power ax to the left of f of d and replace every d. Wherever in this function f, wherever d is there, d has to be replaced with d plus a, so that your f of d will become f of d plus a. Now operate this 1 by f of d plus a with v alone by previous methods. You have learned previous method, v can be sine function, v can be cos function, it can be x to the power k kind of function, or it can be a combination of, it can be a polynomial in terms of x, or it, even if it can be any other function, you know how to solve the problem, how to find the particular integral by previous methods. Got it, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Suppose for example, if I take the d square y by dx square minus 7 dy by dx plus 6y is equal to e to the power 2x into 1 plus x. So this is the function given. Now this is linear differential equation. Is it linear differential equation with constant coefficient? But you don't have a homogeneous term, you have a non-homogeneous term. There is no zero on right hand side. So you have to find the solutions in two parts. One will be complementary function, the other will be particular integral. So find the complementary function first. Hope all of you remember the previous classes, whatever you have learned related to this unit. So write down the auxiliary. First, write down the given question in operator form. So in operator form, this will be equal to d square minus 7d plus 6y is equal to e to the power 2x into 1 plus x. Write down the auxiliary equation, which will be m square minus 7m plus 6 is equal to 0. So based on your roots, you will have your complementary function. So what are the roots here?
1,6.
1 comma 6. So both are real and distinct. So the complementary function yc will be equal to, will anyone answer? C1
T power x
e to the power x,
plus C2
C2
e power 6x.
e to the power 6x. So that's good, you remember this. Okay. Now let us find the particular integral. So particular integral 1 by f of d on q of x. Q of x is e to the power 2x into 1 plus x. Okay. Now as you can see, here you have 1 plus x. This is your v, and an extra e to the power 2x is in multiplication. So according to the rule, what you have learned just now, what you have to do, you have to write e to the power 2x to the left of the operator, and in the operator f of d has to be replaced with d plus a here. So here e to the power 2x 1 by f of, what is a here, tell me? A is
2
2. Suppose in multiplication, if you would have e to the power minus 2x, then d has to be replaced with
minus 2.
minus 2. So d minus 2, you have to write it there. Okay. So this on 1 plus x. So let us write it e to the power 2x. What is f of d here? F of d is d square minus 7d plus 6. So d has to be replaced with 2d plus 2. So d plus 2 whole square minus 7 times of d plus 2 plus 6 on 1 plus x. Okay, solve it. Simplify and tell me what you are getting in the denominator. On simplification, 1 by d square you will get.
Minus 3d minus 4.
Minus 3d minus 4 you are getting. And this you are applying it on 1 plus x. Now as you can see here, the function v is nothing but a polynomial in terms of x. Okay, or you have x to the power k kind of thing. So there what, for to solve or to find the particular integral of this kind of function, what we need to do? We need to take the lowest degree term from f of d in the denominator. So what is the lowest degree term here? What is the lowest degree term here? In d square minus 3d minus 4, what is the lowest degree term? Am I audible? Students, am I audible?
Minus 4.
Please answer if I am audible. Yeah, I can see when I'm scrolling down, it's moving. What about my voice? Is it audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Then answer, what is the lowest degree term in that function in the denominator?
Minus 4.
Yes, minus 4. If you take minus 4 common, you will have 1 minus d square minus 3d by 4. Will you have this one?
Yes, ma'am.
And this you are applying it on 1 plus x. So again, this is e to the power 2x by with a minus sign 4 as it is. Now what we need to do? What is the next procedure? The denominator need to be written in the numerator, which will be 1 minus of d square minus 3d by 4, its inverse, which you are applying it on 1 plus x. Now you have to expand this one by using binomial theorem. To what extent you will expand? X to the power k. So to d to the power k term, you will expand it. So here you have x to the power 1 only. So in the expansion, you will have minus e to the power 2x as it is by 4 as it is. You will have 1 plus d square minus 3d by 4. Next, even though you expand, it doesn't make any difference. Okay. Now just apply this whole thing on 1 plus x. So you will have minus e to the power 2x by 4 as it is. 1 into 1 plus x will be 1 plus x as it is. Okay. Then you will have 1 by 4. Now d square minus 3d, you need to apply it on 1 plus x. So when you apply it on 1 plus x, what you are going to get, tell me? D square when you apply on 1, it will be 0. D square when you apply on x, it will be 0. So what you need to apply? Only D you need to apply. So you will get minus 3 only. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the result you are going to get. So this will be minus e to the power 2x by 4 as it is. It is 1 plus x minus 3 by 4. Now let us further simplify it. E to the power 2x as it is with a minus sign. Here you will have 4 plus 4x minus 3 by 16. So when you write it, it will be minus e to the power 2x by 16. 4x plus 1 you will have. So this is what? This is nothing but the particular integral. E minus e to the power 2x by 16 into 4x plus 1. Now you write the general solution. Y is equal to yc plus yp. What is yc? C1 e to the power x plus C2 e to the power, what was the other root? The root was 6 na? Plus yp. So yp is in minus with the minus sign. So minus e to the power 2x by 16 into 4x plus 1. This will be the result. So understood? What is the new thing you have done in this problem? You have written e to the power 2x to the left of this operator, and in the operator 1 by f of d, d is replaced with d plus a. And whatever function you have here, accordingly you have to apply. And these all already you have learned. All previous methods you have to apply based on the function here you have v. Okay na? Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So sometimes in the question you may need to apply all the methods you have learned. So be careful while doing such calculations. Suppose for example, you have d square y by dx square minus 6 dy by dx plus 13y is equal to 8 e to the power 3x into sine 2x. So in the operator form, this is nothing but d square minus 6d plus 13y is equal to 8 e to the power 3x sine 2x. Now solve and tell me what is your complementary function. Auxiliary equation will be m square minus 6m plus 13 is equal to 0. What are the roots?
3 plus or minus 2i.
3 plus or minus 2i. Roots are complex conjugate. So complementary function yc will be equal to, please answer,
E power 3x
e to the power 3x
cos 2
cos 2r. Anyone else? What will be the complementary function for complex conjugate roots?
C1 cos 2x plus
C1
C2 sin 2x.
E to the power 3x into c1 cos 2x plus c2 sin 2x. This is your complementary function. Now particular integral, which is yp is equal to 1 by f of d on 8 e to the power 2x sin 2x e to the power 3x. So because of this 8 anyhow it's a constant, you can write it outside. Okay, e to the power 3x and d need to be replaced with d plus 3. So this will be d plus 3 whole cube minus 6 into d plus 3 plus 13, and this whole thing you need to apply it on sine 2x. Okay, simplify and tell me the denominator in terms of d. 1 by
and d plus 3 square.
D plus 3 is whole square, ma'am.
acha whole square. Okay. This one, na? Okay, d plus 3 whole square minus 6 into d plus 3 plus 13. Solve it and tell me what you are getting. Only your d square will be there.
Plus 4.
This d will be cancelled. Plus 4 you will get. And this you are applying it on sine 2x. Now how to find the particular integral of 1 by d square plus a square on some function sine 2x? D square need to be replaced with minus 2 square. So minus 2 square will be minus 4 plus 4 will become 0. So that formula cannot be applied directly. You remember this thing or not? Since f of minus a square is equal to 0, therefore sine ax by d square plus a square is nothing but minus x by a. You remember this formula? Sine x by 2a, na? I think, yeah, minus sine x by 2a into cos ax. You You remember it or not? These things.
Yes, ma'am.
This you have to apply. So this will be 8 e to the power 3x minus x by 2a. A value is how much here? 2 again. So you will have 4 into cos 2x. So on simplification, this will be minus 2x e to the power 3x cos 2x, and this is your yp, particular integral. So finally, general solution, you give the heading, hence the general solution is y is equal to yc plus yp, which will be equal to e to the power 3x c1 cos 2x plus c3 and c2 sin 2x minus 2x into e to the power 3x cos 2x. This will be the required solution. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
So in this manner, you need to apply this thing when e to the power ax is in multiplication. Now let us see another one. You need to find particular integral of f of dy is equal to, here q of x is x to the power m multiplied with some function v. M being a positive, m is positive integer and v is any function of x, and v is any function of x. Okay, so let us see, suppose v is x to the power n. Okay, suppose v is x to the power n, then our q of x will be equal to what? It will be x to the power n plus n only, na? Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That means you need to solve in the same old fashion. 1 by f of d on x to the power some positive integer you will get, and you know how to find the particular integral for that one. You will take the lowest degree term out, rewrite the whole f of d as 1 plus or minus phi of d. In the numerator it will be 1 plus or minus phi of d whole inverse. Apply, expand it and apply it on x to the power n plus n. So this case is not required because you know this case. Now suppose v is e to the power ax anukundam. This is also not required, na? Why? Because what do you have your q of x then? You will have x to the power m multiplied with e to the power ax. This is nothing but e to the power ax multiplied with some x to the power m. And just now we have seen this kind of problems where a function is multiplied with e to the power ax itself. So there f of d, you will write e to the power ax to the left of the operator, and in the operator 1 by f of d, you will replace d with d plus a and apply it on x to the power m by this method itself. So this is also not required. Is it? Understood this two part?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am.
So now we can assume our v to be either sin ax or it can be cos ax. These two part we will assume only. Okay, either v can be sin ax or it can be cos ax. Then how to find the particular integral when x to the power m is multiplied with either sin ax or cos ax. Okay, so first one, particular integral will be equal to 1 by f of d. You are applying f of d, na? Yeah, f of d you are applying it on x to the power m sin ax. Now, can I write this statement as imaginary part of okay, and imaginary part in short form I will write IP. Okay, imaginary part of 1 by f of d x to the power m cos ax plus I sine AX. Can I write it? Suppose to understand this one, suppose just let me write some complex number. Okay, this is my complex number. If I want to talk about 3, what I will say? Imaginary part of this number itself, is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose I have given only 3. Can I write 3 in this form? Imaginary part of 2 plus 3i. Can I write?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
same thing I have done here. If you simplify this one, what you are going to get if you simplify this one? Tell me. You will get x to the power m cos ax plus x to the power m sin ax I you will get. So in this whole complex thing, what is the imaginary part? It is x to the power m sin ax only. So same thing I have written in this particular form. In a statement form I have written. Can I write it? Okay. So now this is nothing but imaginary part of 1 by f of d x to the power m. Now e to the power x plus I sin x. Can I write this thing in terms of cos x plus I sin x? Can I write this in terms of exponential form? That will be e to the power. Can I write it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this part I have written cos x plus I sin x. I have written it as e to the power IAX. Okay, now you see this whole thing. This is nothing but you are finding. Forget about this statement. Just look at this. What I am doing here. 1 by f of d. You are operating this thing on x to the power m e to the power IAX. So which formula you will apply here? Or let me write this thing as imaginary part of, this is just a statement. Later on solving whole of this thing, we will just consider the imaginary part of the solution of this one. Understood? Please answer. We will solve this one. So when you solve this, obviously you will have some complex thing, a plus I beta form. But out of that, which part you have to consider? Only imaginary part you have to consider. Okay, na? Is it clear?
Clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now tell me, this is nothing but just an old thing, na? E to the power IAX multiplied with some function x to the power m. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So to solve this, what you will do? You will write e to the power IAX to the left of the operator, and in the operator, d is replaced with d plus IA. And this you will apply it on x to the power m. And you know how to apply the operator on x to the power m by previous old method. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, na? So this is how you have to simplify it, solve it. And remember, you are writing e to the power IAX to the left of this operator, not on the left of this word imaginary part. That will be wrong then. Don't write here. That will be wrong. Okay, here itself you have to write. Here you have to write to the left of the operator. Look at the box what I have made. You have to find the particular integral for this part, and in the solution you have to just consider the imaginary part of this thing. Okay, na? Now to consider the imaginary part, what you will do? See, on simplifying this whole thing, okay, something you will get. Now again, to get exactly imaginary part, again replace I to the power AX by cos AX plus I sin AX. Okay? And this will be 1 by f of d plus IA x to the power n. So you simplify it, multiply it with cos AX plus I sin AX. Whatever result you will get in terms of alpha plus I beta, and beta is the result as your integrating factor, particular integral. Is it clear, all of you students? It's very easy.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second. Similarly, in the same fashion, you have to calculate for cos AX also. But what will be the change there? Can you guess? What should be
Real
the
part
change?
of
Yeah, just you will take the real part. That means instead of beta, you will consider alpha as the answer. Okay, so this will be particular integral. This is second case, particular integral of, or maybe let me write it this way, which will be equal to 1 by f of d on x to the power n cos ax. So this is nothing but real part of 1 by f of d on x to the power n e to the power I a x. So because of this e to the power I a x in multiplication, you will write e to the power I a x to the left of the operator. In the operator, d has to be replaced with d plus I a. Apply it on x to the power m. Some result you will get. Multiply it with cos ax plus I sin ax because of this, and consider alpha as the particular integral. Got it, all of you? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this method you will apply when you have x to the power m being any positive integer. Let us now look at an alternative method of finding particular integral when m is equal to 1. Okay, this is only for m is equal to 1. You can apply for m is equal to 1 this formulas itself, but this is another particular method or formula I will give. Particular integral when you have 1 by f of d multiplied with x into v, where v can be any function, but you have x to the power 1 here. Then the formula for this one is x minus 1 by f of d you will write, f dash of d you will write, and you will have 1 by f of d on v. So this formula you can apply for any function v, and when you have x to the power 1 only. Okay, this is not dash, this is 1. So it's your wish whether you want to apply this formula or not. It's a direct formula. X minus 1 by f of d you will write. So this is nothing but an operator multiplied with an operator f dash of d, and with this bracket again what you are doing, first you are applying 1 by f of d on v. This result you will apply, multiply with x as well as apply this resultant operator on this one, which I am circling. Understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
So let us solve them. A problem related to this. Suppose you have d square minus 4d plus 4y is equal to 8x square e to the power 2x sine 2x. Now see, in the exam also you may get something like this only, because see here the function is multiplied with e to the power ax as well as x square also. So almost every topic whatever you have learned will be covered with this problem. You are finding complementary function, you are finding particular integral not of a particular case, but all possible cases are involved here. Is it or not? You have trigonometric function, sine function. That function is multiplied with e to the power ax. That function is multiplied with x to the power n. So all whatever you have learned till now, everything will be covered with this problem. So first find the complementary function. Auxiliary equation, m square minus 4m plus 4 is equal to 0. So the roots are first
2, comma 2.
2 comma 2. Okay. So what will be the complementary function? Roots are real and repeated. It will be
C1 plus C2x
okay.
e into e power 2x.
So this is your complementary function, leave as it is. Now let us go to find particular integral. Particular integral will be 1 by f of d on 8 e to the power 2x. Let me write in this form first whatever they have written. It's x square e to the power 2x sine 2x. Okay. Now look at here 8 anyhow it's a constant I will write here. Whenever both the terms x to the power m and e to the power 2x are also in multiplication with something, what you need to do is always go for e to the power 2x first, e to the power ax first. Okay, that means this will be 1 by f of d is what? D square minus 4d plus 4 plus 4. You write this as e to the power 2x, x square sine 2x. Okay. So this will be 8 as it is. Now, there is some function b multiplied with e to the power ax. So because of that, what we will do? We will write e to the power 2x to the left of the operator, and in the operator, d is replaced with d plus 2. This will be always easy. If you want to consider x square first, but then that would be a lengthy one. Okay. So here you have x square sine 2x. So 8 e to the power 2x as it is. Yeah, simplify this denominator and tell me what you are going to get here. D square. D square you will get. Then you will have 2ab minus. Only d square you will get. Only d square. Is it or not? Only d square is left out luckily. So that means this is nothing but 8 e to the power 2x as it is. 8. Because this is already done. Don't write imaginary part of this thing 8 into e to the power. No, this is already, this much part is already done. Now you are solving for this one. 1 by d square. You are applying it on x square sine 2x. So because of this, this will be written as imaginary part of x square, imaginary part of 1 by d square x square into what you will write?
2x.
Yeah, so directly let me write it is cos 2x plus sine 2x. So that is nothing but e to the power 2ix. So this is again 8 e to the power 2x as it is. Now imaginary part of, now as you can see e to the power iax is e to the power ax is multiplied with x square. So again the repeated formula will apply. You will write e to the power 2ix to the left of the operator 1 by d square, and this you will apply it on x square. Is it correct what I have done? D need to be replaced with what?
D plus 2x.
X square. Okay, so don't forget to replace D with D plus 2ai, or it can be anything depending upon the question. So this is 8 e to the power 2x as it is. This is again e to the, imaginary part of e to the power 2ix. Now to solve such problems where operator 1 by f of d is applied on x square or x to the power m, what we need to do? We need to take the lowest degree term out. So what is the lowest degree term here? Tell me. What is the lowest degree term?
4.
Is it 4?
Minus 4.
Minus 4. You will get 2i common. When you take 2i from this, its square will be out. So 2 square will be 4, but I square will be minus 1. So this is what you will get. What is left out? 1 plus d by 2i whole square. Here x square. So this is 8e to the power 2x, imaginary part of e to the power 2ix by minus 4 as it is. Now 1 plus d by 2I to the power minus 2 applied on x square. Now we need to expand this one. So this is 8e to the power 2x, imaginary part of e to the power 2ix by minus 4. Okay, expansion will be 1 minus this thing. So that will be d by 2I plus, since you have x square up to d square you will get. Okay, plus what you will get? 3d square. Here 2 again you will get. Na? 1 minus 2d by 2I plus 3d square by 4I square you will get. Okay, and blah blah blah. And this you will apply on x square. Are you following these things?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this will be 8e to the power 2x as it is, imaginary part of e to the power 2ix by minus 4. Okay, now let us simplify. First term will be x square, 2 cancel. Okay, and this will be with a minus sign. Okay, d you are operating on x square, so it will be what? It will be
2x.
2x. But since I is in the denominator, when I write it in the numerator, it will become plus. Can I write it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then again, I have this thing, 3 by 4. I square will be again minus 1. So minus 3 by 4 I will get. And when I differentiate 2x again, I'll get 2. So 3 by 2 I will get. This much only I will get. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now let us further simplify. Okay, minus 4 and this 8 I can cancel and write it as minus 2e to the power 2x, because that is just a constant. And this will be imaginary part of, now I'll write e to the power 2ix as cos 2x plus I sin 2x. And this I will multiply it with x square plus 2x by minus 3 by 2. Something is missing. I is missing here. I is missing. Okay? Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody noticed it. Or maybe you have not told me. So minus 2e to the power 2x as it is. Imaginary part of. First you have to simplify whole of this two bracket. That is multiply every term. And then find out which is the imaginary part. Okay? So let us do it. Now, what will be the first term when you multiply with cos 2x? You will have x square cos 2x. Okay. Then you will have 2x cos 2x with I you will get. Minus 3 by 2 cos 2x you will get. Is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Then next you will get I x square sin 2x you will get. Then 2x sin 2x. I square you will get. I square means minus 1. So minus you will get. Then again minus I 3 by 2 sin 2x. Now tell me, out of all of this 6 terms are there now. What is the imaginary part? Tell me. Which are the imaginary part? This is the imaginary part. This is the imaginary part. And this is also the imaginary part. Is it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
So the result will be 2x cos 2x plus x square sin 2x minus 3 by 2 sin 2x. This is your particular integral. Hope all of you understood the procedure.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but we are not done yet. The general solution is y is equal to yc plus yp. So what is your yc? Roots are real and repeated, na? So that will be c1 plus c2x e to the power 2x. That is your complementary function. Plus particular integral, that means minus 2 e to the power 2x. This is 2x cos 2x plus x square sine 2x minus 3 by 2 sine 2x. This is the required answer. Hope all of you understood the procedure. So as you can see in this question, we have applied everything whatever you have learned in previous classes. All possible methods we have applied. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now suppose in the same problem, if I give some initial condition, then what you have to do? Initial condition means I need to calculate this C1 and C2. This is a second order differential equation. So y at some x will be given and y dash at some x will be given. This will be given to you. Okay. So these conditions you will apply on CF or this final solution you will apply, tell me, to get the values of
Final.
those terms. In the final
Final.
solution. Again, I'm repeating this thing because most of the times people will use just by looking at the conditions itself. In the starting, they will calculate complementary function and there itself they will calculate the values of C1 and C2 by using these conditions just for complementary function. That is wrong. First, you have to get the most general solution. Suppose you have 0 on the right hand side, then CF itself is the most general solution. But if you have a non-homogeneous term on the right hand side, then CF is not just the general solution. General solution is the combination of both CF and PI, particular integral. So in this result, you have to use the condition. You will substitute x value for y right hand side. You will get something in terms of C1, C2 and LHS some value you will have. Similarly, differentiate it once and then substitute some x value and the value of y dash. Two equations, two unknowns. Unknowns are C1 and C2. Solve them and again substitute the result in this equation itself in place of C1 and C2, whatever values you are getting. That is the procedure. Don't use complementary function as the solution to find the constant values based on the given condition. That would be wrong. Okay? Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Note down few problems and solve them. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll take the attendance. Because again, a next topic I will start. So that I'll start it tomorrow itself. Now look at this question. This question is not in y and x variable. This is in t and x variable. Dependent variable is x. T is the independent variable. So solution, be careful while solving those things. They have changed the variable. That is just a notation, but be careful. People will start writing somewhere t, somewhere x, somewhere y they will use. Because most of the cases we have the habit of or the questions mostly are in terms of y and x. Don't get confused with those things. Look at the question, whichever variables are there in the question, the solution must be in that variables only. Not only solution, the whole process while solving. Because while solving, sometimes people write y also and then later it will tend to t without mentioning anything. That will be wrong then. Note down these problems. Okay, let me solve one more problem where only one x is in multiplication. Okay, I mean by using this particular formula. Where is it? This formula. Let us see how you will apply them. Suppose the question is d square plus 2d plus 1 y is equal to x cos x. So as you can see, no matter what is the function, x to the power 1 is there. Okay, so directly we'll apply the formula. First find the roots of auxiliary equation m square plus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0. What are the roots here? Tell me. What are the roots? Okay. Please
Minus
answer.
1 comma minus.
Minus 1 comma minus 1. Real but repeated. So yc will be equal to c1 plus c2x into e to the power minus x. Now yp will be 1 by f of d on x cos x. So this is 1 by f of d is what? 1 by d square plus 2d plus 1 on x cos x. But what formula we have to apply here? It is x minus 1 by f of d, f dash of d, this whole thing into 1 by f of d on just cos x. For x already you have written this formula. 1 by f of d cos x you need to write. Okay. So this will be x minus f of d is what? D square plus 2d plus 1. What will be f dash of d? Tell me. F dash of d will be just differentiated. So that will be 2d plus 2. Okay. F of d is still d square plus 2d plus 1 cos x. Now tell me, whenever you have cos ax terms, d square need to be replaced with minus a square. Okay, so this one I am solving now. This is x minus, this is d plus 1 whole square, and this is 2 times of d plus 1. So one of the term can be cancelled also. So when I replace d square, which way, with what I will write? Minus 1. Na? So minus 1 square I'll write. So minus 1 plus 1 will be cancelled and I will left with only 1 by 2d. Is it correct? 1 by 2d cos x. Are you able to follow me?
Yes, miss.
So this is again x minus, okay, 2 as it is. 1 of d plus 1 will be cancelled. You will have d plus 1 only. This whole thing. Okay, 1 by 2 as it is. Now you are applying 1 by d on cos x. So when you apply 1 by d on cos x, what you will get? 1 by
Minus
d
1.
on cos x. It will be 1 by d means what?
Sin x.
Yeah, you just need to integrate it. So you will get sin x. That's it. Now apply this whole thing with the terms in the bracket. So first term will be what? X sin x by 2 will be there. So x by 2 as it is, sin x minus 2 and 2 will be cancelled. You have sin x by d plus 1. So again an operator 1 by f of d applied on sin x. So what in this case there is no d square. So we'll convert. What we'll do, we'll multiply with its conjugate. So this will be d plus 1, d minus 1 by d minus 1 on sin x. This is the procedure if you remember. Remember it or not? Or the other method is the most general formula. 1 by d plus alpha when applied on some function You had a formula e to the power alpha x integration q of x into e to the power minus alpha x dx. That formula also you can apply. So this will be d minus 1 as it is. In the denominator you will have d square minus 1 sin x. So first the denominator part we will apply on sin x. So that is x by 2 sin x as it is. So d square is replaced with minus 1 will be plus. Minus 2. So minus 2 that will become plus 2. So d minus 1 by 2 sin 2x. Is it 2x? Only x. No? Now d minus 1 need to be applied on sin x. So this is x by 2 sin x as it is. Minus no plus. Okay. 1 by 2 as it is. Now d on sin x means what you will
Cos
get?
X.
Cos x. And this is minus sin x. That's it. This is your particular integral. So y will be equal to yc plus yp. Yc is c1 plus c2x e to the power minus x plus x by 2 sin x plus cos x minus sin x by 2. Understood how to apply the formula? How to solve it? When you have x to the power m x to the power 1 multiplied with some function. This is the procedure. Understood this thing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's it for today. We can continue. We'll continue tomorrow's class. If you have any doubt, you can ask. No doubts? Hmm?